Hi everyone and welcome back. I'm Alicia and I like to do bullet journaling and scrapbooking videos in this channel. In today's video, we'll be setting up my bullet journal for 2024 February in this traveler's notebook from Notebook Therapy. Since February brings in the Lunar New Year, I decided to celebrate the occasion by having dragons in my theme. I personally love this mystical creature and have always loved reading dragon fantasy novels. I also released some new products in my shop which are also all dragon related except for the neutral grid washi tapes which I am very excited about. I love using washi tapes and PET tapes in my setup, and if you have been following me for some time or watched any of my previous videos, you know that I have made some setup very heavily inspired by the washi tapes. I also introduced art prints which are currently going to be in postcards A4, A5 and A6 size. Anything beyond that needs to be outsourced, so I am still working on getting a proper manufacturer who will be able to work on the larger size. Hopefully by the end of this month I can also provide multiple sizes. As always, the shop details and all the supplies that I can link will be linked below in the description. Coming to the cover page, I wanted to have a swirly snake-like dragon that will cover both the pages, and luckily it was one of the middle pages, so there was no awkward shapes to deal with. I did a fine sketch with my pencil before, and now I'm just going to use my Pigma Micron 01 to outline the dragon. I did think that 01 micron pen will be thin as it is best used for sketching in these kind of scenarios, but since I wanted a golden sun in the background, I knew I would have to go over a thicker pen to outline again once the golden shade has been completed. In full honesty, the dragon did not turn out to be what I had imagined in my head. I did a different variation in my art sketchbook which I liked so much that I also made stickers and art prints out of it. The orange red dragon sticker that you would have seen on top of the screen is what I am talking about, and I will link the shorts video as well of the process. Anyway, coming to the theme, as most of you know, Chinese New Year is the festival that celebrates the beginning of a new year on the traditional lunisolar Chinese calendar. In Chinese, the festival is commonly known as Spring Festival and is one of the most important holidays in Chinese culture. It is associated with several myths and customs honoring the deities as well as the ancestors. A very popular custom around this time is to give money in red envelopes and burst a lot of firecrackers. Let's learn a little bit more about this festival while I sketch and color. According to legend, Chinese New Year started with a mythical beast called the Nian, a beast that lives under the sea or in the mountains during the annual spring festival. The Nian would eat villagers, especially children, in the middle of the night. One year, all the villagers decided to hide from the beast. An older man appeared before the villagers went into hiding and said that he would stay the night and would take revenge on the Nian. The old man put red papers up and set off firecrackers. The day after, the villagers came back to their own town and saw that nothing had been destroyed. They assumed that the old man was a deity who came to save them. The villagers then understood that Yan Huang had discovered the Nian was afraid of the color red and loud noises. Then the tradition grew when New Year was approaching and the villagers would wear red clothes, hang red lanterns and red spring scrolls on windows and doors, and use firecrackers and drums to frighten away the Nian. From then on, Nian never came to the village again and later captured by a Taoist monk. Coming to the animals assigned to every year. The Chinese zodiac has a traditional classification scheme based on the Chinese calendar that assigns an animal and its reputed attributes to each year in a repeating 12-year cycle. In traditional Chinese culture, the Chinese zodiac is very important and exists as a reflection of Chinese philosophy and culture. Chinese folkways held that one's personality is related to the attributes of their zodiac animal. Originating from China, the zodiac and its variations remain very popular in many East Asian and Southeast Asian countries such as Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Singapore, Nepal, Bhutan, Cambodia, and Thailand. The 12 Chinese zodiac animals in a cycle are not only used to represent years in China, but also believed to influence people's personalities, career, compatibility, marriage, and fortune. Isn't that interesting? I find it quite fascinating that if I have to go with this zodiac signs, I will be a snake according to my birth year. And guess what? It is the year of the snake next year. And you already know what I'm going to do for my next February bullet journal theme. My initial plan to color this golden sun was to use my metallic watercolor, but I was a little skeptical of using watercolor in this notebook. I know that notebook therapies papers are quite thick, and this one in the notebook, in this traveler's notebook, it is actually 140 GSM. So if I was cautious in terms of using water, I probably could have gone with it and it would probably have looked better, because the golden sun does have a lot of streaks and I don't really like it. I really wanted it to look very seamless as the one that I have done in the art in my sketchbook. But my watercolor sketchbook is 300 GSM and this one is 140 GSM, so it's literally the half of the GSM, so it is thinner, and I didn't want to ruin the page or have any crumples. It just makes the whole paper look very in the end when you close the book, it's just going to look very awkward and bad, and I didn't want to ruin the pages. So I decided to go ahead with this golden marker. I am not really sure from where I got this pen, but I will try to link something similar from Amazon. So if you want to do something similar, you can definitely use one of those golden metallic pens. Here you will see me highlighting the dragon again with a thicker Pigma micron. I am using a 0.08 Pigma micron here, which is way more thicker outlining than the one that I used before. This I am just going to make the lines more thick and prominent and highlighted, so it kind of stands out against the golden background. I tried my best to make this dragon look as fancy as possible, but I was not able to find a good balance that I was finally happy with. But this is something that I have never done before too, so this was the idea that I had in mind, that I really wanted a swirly dragon, so it's something that I finally landed on. I do like these swirly clouds, which is very typical Chinese or Asian design when it comes to making clouds. I have seen that the Western artist will have a very different way of doing clouds than the traditional Asian art. and these clouds are definitely leaning more towards the traditional style of drawing clouds. I had written down February in the beginning, as you would have seen, but it was very hard for me to make it look good against the background. I tried to leave a little bit of white borders so I could thicken the words later, or rather letters later, but it was not looking good. So I went over with my golden pen again, and I completely covered it up and just used the Pigma 08 micron marker to just write over it again, and it worked perfectly fine. So if I tried to probably put some sparkles or stars all over it, I can actually do it without ruining the tip of the pen. Coming to the borders, I really like these square boxes that connects with each other and forms this design. It's a very typical Asian design that we see most of the time, and this was one of the ways to bring all the elements together and not have them floating in the page. So I wanted something very golden. I am in my golden era, I guess, but I have always loved gold, so this is one of my ways to incorporate gold in the page. Moving on to the next spread, which will be my habits and mood tracker. For the habits tracker, I am going to track them in a linear manner across the pages. This is similar to my December spread, which I will link in the card above, and I have also created a playlist of all the Plan With Me videos from last year, so you can do a binge watch and take some inspiration from them and recreate as well. If you do recreate, please do tag me on Instagram at Coffee Journal Naps. I wanted to have some form of dragons in every spread of this month, so this head bust of the dragon will be the highlight of this page. To be honest, I like this dragon way more than the cover page one, but I digress. The complete sketching of this spread took me around 30 minutes, but I did have to find a creative way to represent the moods, which I will work on in a few minutes. There is a lot of sketching and going over the same lines to make it thicker, so I will let you watch this with a really nice background music for some time, and I will come back to you when we move to the mood tracker. For this particular sun, I actually wanted to initially paint it red, but I could not find the right shade of red. The one that I have is a sketch pen which has a very childish red, and I wanted something which was very vibrant and has the Chinese red effect, which is more like a blood moon kind of. I do have one in my gouache palette, but it was again the problem would have been the same, so I decided to just go back to my trusted golden pen. It is full of streaks, as you can see, but it is the best that I could do, and it does give a nice glittery shine to it when the light falls in the right angle, so I am very happy about it. Just a quick update, I am also running a sale in my shop which will give you 25% off across my shop. So if you like something and you have been waiting to get it in a discount, so this would be the right time to do it. I will be also launching few other stuff which would be very different from the dragon themes. It's going to be more coquette related, so dainty bows and very feminine stickers and art prints as well. So this sale that I am running will be until 18th of February, so it's a very good 1 month that I have kept the sale. So if you want anything from the store, everything is going to be 25% off, and there is no minimum order that you need to make, but you do get free shipping if you buy $35 and above, or 35 euros and above. So that's something that I have kept. The code is also mentioned in the website, so that is going to be free shipping. So when you are doing your Etsy checkout, you just need to put code before you do the checkout. I also want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in every week and watching my videos, and also to those who have personally went ahead and purchased from my shop. Your support really means a lot, and you are also supporting a small growing business, so it means that every time you place an order with me, I do a little happy dance, the dance that you would probably never see me doing, but I get very excited every time I get an order from you, and it just makes my day so much. So thank you so much for whoever has placed the order and whoever is going to place the order in the future. You really make my day, and the impact that you have in my life is humongous. I realized while making these squares that some of the days will be a bit small, but since I will be drawing smileys to represent the moods, I think it's going to be alright. Last year February, I did a scrapbook layout theme in dark academia, and it is still one of my favorites from the scrapbook layouts that I did in 2023. I'm going to use the golden pen to write habits tracker on top in this capitalized font. I don't really know if there is a particular name for this font, but it is something that I like to use when I capitalized the entire title. In this small negative space that is left, I am going to write mood to represent the mood tracker on the left hand side in a faux calligraphy. I am trying to improve my calligraphy as and when I progress through, but I hope it is going to be better in the coming months. On top, I'm just going to write the numbers of the days, and luckily February has only 29 days, so it kind of fits in very well within the space that I have allocated. I mean, if you're going to use it for a different month with 30 or 31 days, you can still do it. You just need to put 2 more spaces on the left hand side of the page. I also added some sparkles in gold and black to just cover up the space. I know in this particular clip you will not see it because I did it off camera afterwards, and I felt that the entire page looked a little bare, so the sparkles definitely added to the charm of it. Moving on to my next setup. This will be my content planner spread. This spread is probably not for everyone, but you can set it up using the same dimensions for your university studies, or you can use it like a regular calendar for tracking events and important dates. I have a mini calendar in the beginning of this notebook to track the important birthdays and events, plus the task for the week goes into my weekly layout, so this spread is important for the content that I want to work on and also to schedule them properly. Last year I have been posting on every Sunday, but I am experimenting this year to post the long form videos on YouTube either on Friday or on Saturday. So in case you do not get a chance to view it immediately when it goes live, you can still enjoy your cup of coffee or tea and cozy up to watch me set up my bullet journal or any of the journaling videos that I will be making in the future. I love watching other creators while I drink my evening tea, so I guess I am just coming from that angle. But do let me know which day do you prefer to watch the videos, Friday or Saturday. While rambling all this, I forgot to mention that the boxes are 4 grid spaces wide and 6 grid spaces in height in case you are interested. I kept the decoration fairly simple by using these 2 dragon stickers from my very own shop. I am going to write content planner in the bottom right corner in the similar capitalized font that I used in the habits tracker in the previous page. Now I'm just going to fill up the negative space with the sparkles all over it, so it has a little charm and it also goes more cohesive with the entire spread. I do like to put sparkles and tiny stars all around the spread because it gives a very easy way to fill up any negative space and also brings in a lot of charm and the whimsicalness to the spread. Moving on to the last spread in this video, which will be the first weekly layout of February. And here comes Chunky to give me company and take over the entire shot. I really wanted to use these 2 dragon stickers from my shop in this particular layout, and that's how I designed the boxes in and around it. Since I don't do a rolling weekly layout and the month starts on a Thursday, I only need to make layout for 3 days and 1 box for the notes section. Each of these boxes are 4 cm wide and 6 cm in height. That leaves me enough space to decorate the remaining of the page with my dragon stickers. I hope you are enjoying having Chunky as my journaling partner in this video. He does his cameo once in a while, but in this particular recording day, he just wanted to be on top of it. He really loves this white blanket that I have on top of which I usually do my recordings, and he kind of has a weird fascination with it, so he will just jump on it. He likes to sleep on it, and this is one of the blankets that I always keep on my sofa, so he sleeps over there while I work in this room. At first I thought I will layer them with the doilies that I love so much, but for the love of God I could not figure out a proper way to place them that will look good. I guess I was very tired at this point and my brain wasn't functioning properly, so I ditched the doilies and just pasted the sticker as they were. But I did some sparkles with gold marker and the fine liner to fill the negative space and not make it seem like the stickers are just floating in the space. Working at this moment was a little bit of a challenge with chunky around it, but I had to make way with my recording and I did not want to postpone it because the days are so small and we had a very nice sunny day, so it was a perfect day for me to record and I didn't know if the days are going to even stay nicer henceforth, so I had to take complete advantage of the daylight and also finish up this recording. Now I'm just going to put a lot of clusters of dots all around the page that you would have seen me doing it in the previous spreads. However, I did not record it. I made it mostly behind the scenes and off camera, but I like how the clusters look along with the sparkles and the stars. It is the first time that I think that I have actually done that, and it looks pretty consistent with the stars and celestial whimsical theme. I guess I'm in my whimsical era again. I don't know. I have been liking the whimsical, the celestial and all the mystical creatures, probably because of all the books that I'm reading. But here is a slow-mo shot of the weekly layout along with my perfect model handsome boy. Well friends, we have reached to the end of this video. Here's a quick flip through of all the spreads that I have made in this setup. I really like how shiny and goldy it is, but at the same time the whimsical creatures that I have tried to embody and also respect the tradition of Lunar New Year. Drop a dragon emoji if you have watched till the end. I wish this Lunar New Year brings peace and prosperity to you. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!